Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitching with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great Saturday and a great weekend. Well, welcome to my November Saturday stitching, and the theme for this month is mountains, or our mountains, and we are going to be working right over here, and I do have this upside down today. And the color is 3799, and it is that pewter grayish black. And I do have my little autumn needle minder because this is called Autumn Lakes. So yeah, let me bring you in. And it is an 11 count, if I forget to tell you that. Do need a thimble because I've been working a lot with 14 count lately, and yeah, we have poked a hole in our complete finger there, but you know, that's kind of what happens to me. So yeah, so get your stitching, get a beverage, and let's just sit down and stitch. I had to change out the needle. I didn't use the needles that came in the kit. I was using some needles, and evidently they were 14 count needles because they were kind of flimsy, and they weren't out of a Joy Sunday kit either. So I got these. I have no idea where these 11 count needles came from, so they are much better than the flimsy one. So yeah, so what's everybody up to? You having a good weekend, doing fun things, running about, getting ready for Thanksgiving dinner, or just staying at home and doing what you want to do for a while? Well, yesterday, had to go to the grocery store. That was an undertaking and a half. I made a list because, you know, I had so much other stuff that I had to do and get, you know, at the grocery store, so I'll make a list. Oh, I almost left it on the counter. No problem. Got it in my pocket. Well, for some reason, I took it out of my pocket. And, yeah. So by the time I got in the grocery store, yeah, I didn't have my list with me. So I went about getting what I needed, or at least thought I needed, and then I went out to the car and mentally went through it, sort of, you know, because I had 3 bags full, plus I had to get cat litter, and you got to get pop, and, you know, other things that sit alongside all those bags. And I thought I only need like 3 or 4 things. So I went back in, got what I thought I needed. I get home, now I'm the proud owner of 2 things of mayo, because evidently I don't remember picking that up at all. So yeah, it's not like I won't use mayo, but because every time I make one of my hamburgers, I put mayo on the bread, both sides, and I kind of cook it like a toasted cheese sandwich, so to speak, so that the mayo gets crispy. So yeah, we go through mayo, and plus I have to make my famous sandwich bread, because I don't use, gosh darn it, what the hell, I don't use Miracle Whip anymore. Yeah, I stopped that a while back. I decided I like mayo better than Miracle Whip. Except, there is that one exception to the rule. I make this, I'll call it a fruit salad. You take bananas, and you slice them in half, and you cut them in half. And you lay them out, and you crunch up a bunch of peanuts, And then in a bowl, you take the Miracle Whip, a little bit of sugar, and a little bit of, if you've got it, half and half, or just milk. Stir that together. You pour that over the bananas, and then you top it with the peanuts. Oh my goodness, I love that stuff. I've been making that since, yeah, my mother used to make that when I was little. So, yeah. And now I can eat a whole banana with that stuff on it and still beg for more because I just love the way it tastes. And I don't use regular mayo for that. I know, you really didn't need to know all this information, right? I don't know why it's not letting me. Do my sewing method here. We're having a hot day here. So, yep, came home, put all that away, and I picked up chicken strips on the second round from the deli because they were on sale. And had that for lunch because by then it was already 11-ish. And I stitched on, oh gosh, the roses and the squirrel for a little bit. And did a little bit of slow stitching. And if you don't know what slow stitching is, now see, I consider this slow stitching because there is no part of this that's fast. But do go to your search in YouTube and look up slow stitching. It's just putting pieces of material together to either make a picture or something nondescript and then sewing it down like with borrow, B-O-R-O, stitching, which is kind of a running stitch in a certain direction or all the way around something. Borrow was used to, let's see, to mend clothes in Japan. That's where the borrow part comes from. Way back, you know, when people couldn't afford to just go to the store and buy new clothes. They mended everything. They mended their blankets, they mended their clothes, they mended men's work clothes, kids' clothes. So there's a big section in YouTube that you can look it up and see what it is. Well, in the slow stitching that I have seen on YouTube, you can either do it fancy, like using laces and stuff, kind of like you would do, what is the word? Mixed media, but only with cloth. So, yeah, and it's something, it's mindful, it's repetitious, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's the part I love the best. And, you know, you can stitch it however you want to stitch it, but it's interesting to look at everyone's adaptation of slow stitching. So, do check it out. You know, it's worth a just look-see. You know, it might be something that appeals to you, and to others go, oh my gosh, nope, not doing that. Yeah, I have a lot of things in that category, you know. So, but it's different, and people do it for different reasons. And they use whatever stitches they know how to do, or they learn new skills. You know, you can do it however you want. But it's very resting, relaxing. It's almost as relaxing as this. Oh, before I forget, I did have a viewer send me a picture. I'll put that right in here. Thank you, Sharon. It is beautiful. It's called The Tea Goddess, and she said in her note to me when she sent it, whoops, that she didn't like the fabric that it called for, so she tea dyed it, and the name of the pattern is Tea Goddess. So she tea dyed her own fabric for that little picture, and I think it's cute. It's adorable. So thank you, Sharon. She's still working on it. She said there's some back stitching to be had on it, but she's about got it whooped as far as I'm concerned. Gorgeous. If anybody else has anything else they'd like to share that they're working on, does not have to be cross stitch. It can be whatever craft you like to do. Just send me a picture. The email address is in the description box below, and I will get it into the next Stitch With Me as soon as I possibly can. So yesterday, I just sat and stitched, watched a little Netflix, watched a little YouTube, and I did get about a 45-minute nap before I woke up and go, oh, I better get up or else I'll be tired the rest of the day. So, yeah. And that was just about all she wrote for yesterday. So I have no idea what I'll be stitching on it. It's about time for the hairpins, or oh God, what is it called? Watertown Memory. I couldn't think what it was called. I think this fabric needed to be crunched just a bit more. It's a little stiff, but it'll get broke down here. But I just thought this was a beautiful picture of mountains, so why not, right? Got one more weekend in November, and that's next weekend, and then we will start Christmas in December for the for the December Saturday stitching. And I may start some new Christmas kits along the way during the month, or on that weekend, so we'll see. But I will drag out the Christmas ones. I didn't get to that yesterday. So, fun times. Feels odd to be stitching on an 11 count. Not last night, but the night before. Oh, about 12:30-ish. I did pull out the hairpins for a hot moment and start working in that blue section. I had to, of course, look through the pattern book to figure out what color it was, because the one I thought it was not the right color, so I had to figure that out so that there'd be 2 shades of blue in that dress. But just filling in gaps. So, we'll see if I'll get that out again, or if I will go on to Watertown Memory for a bit. Maybe I'll do both. I don't know. Things happen. Don't have anywhere to go this weekend or anything too exciting. I haven't talked to my daughter to see if she was better from eating whatever it was that she ate wrong. So, she hasn't called for any kind of help. So, I think no, he's off on Sunday. My son-in-law has to work today, so. They changed his days off, so I'm still kind of confused. And then I wonder why nobody can remember what days I work. Oh, geez. So, yeah, And the weather hasn't been too bad. It's supposed to be in the low to mid 50s. Yesterday the sun was out. There was clouds, but I mean it wasn't threatening clouds. It was little white clouds, so it was a good day yesterday while I was out running around, and it may have rained when I was laying down, but I didn't hear nothing, so we'll see. All right. Oh, God. I'm going to have to crunch this just a bit if I'm going to work on it. Let me flip it around. But that purple symbol, I wanted to show this to you while it was up close, goes all the way across here. And then just down a little bit. I don't know what that other color is. I didn't pay attention when I was pulling that color out particularly. All right, guys. Thanks for joining me today. I sure do appreciate each and every one of you. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And please hit the bell. That way you'll know when my next video comes out. Stay safe. Stay healthy. We'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye. Keep stitching.